What's up, everybody? My name is Cami, and I'm a huge Big Brother fan, okay? Huge. Been watching since season 8, and I've been through the highs, been through the lows, okay? Been through BB21, all of that. So I'm pretty excited now that this year's Big Brother cast has been announced. The big cast reveal of BB21 just took place this morning, so I'm gonna go through each of the cast members, talk about their bios and where they're from. Jeff did the cast interviews with them this morning as well, so I'm gonna pretty much go through each and every cast member and say what I think. I'm also gonna talk about, who my favorite players are so far, and just make predictions on how I think they're gonna do this year. Without further ado, here's the cast of Big Brother 21. So first we have Tommy. He's age 28, and he is a Broadway dancer, which is pretty cool. One fact about him that is pretty awesome is the fact that he's his favorite house guest from the past is Davon. I feel like he's just one of us or something, like one of the fans on Twitter, because Davon has such a big, strong, following on social media, obviously. So anyone who's seen her diary entries or watched live feeds, they know how awesome Davon is. Okay, so the fact that he loves Davon makes me love him. So I think this guy's gonna go pretty far. He also said, he talks a lot about, how his work on Broadway kind of prepared him for being in a Big Brother house, which is kind of cool. He really sold me on that. He was like, on Broadway, you work with people from all over the world. People travel the globe just to come, be on Broadway. So when you're working on a show, you work with people from all walks of life that you've never, met before, and you have to eat with them, sleep with them, work with them. I think that'll really work to his advantage. Let's see. I don't know if I'm, really gonna see him, go all the way to the end, but I definitely think he's one to watch. I hope I'm not wrong about that, because I actually do like him. So yeah, fingers crossed for him. And next up we have Sam Smith. He's age 31. I wasn't really feeling Sam's interview. I don't know, I thought it was really awkward, because when Jeff was asking him all these questions, he was answering I don't know, he kind of answered them inaccurately. He would say, oh yeah, he meant to say, I'm a huge fan of Derek, but he really said, oh, Derek's a huge fan of me. He was just kind of awkward in his interview. I don't know, maybe he was just nervous. I don't know, maybe he's somebody who kind of knows what he's doing. He says that his favorite house guest is Derek, and if he's gonna play like Derek, then he's definitely gonna be one of the older guys who's super cool with the younger house guests. I don't know. Derek's not really one of my favorite house guests anyway, so I wouldn't really be interested in seeing another gameplay like his. Maybe I'd rather wait and see exactly how he plays the first couple of weeks and then gauge from there, but I definitely don't see him making it maybe to jury, but one of the first jury members for sure. And our next house guest is Nicole Anthony. She's 24. She's from Long Island, New York. I really loved her interview with Jeff. I thought okay, I knew right off the bat, this girl knows the show, okay? She is a true super fan, because everyone else, when they were, meeting with Jeff or whatever, they were super calm, but this girl, she was so energetic. She could tell she was passionate about the game. Even when she was explaining her strategy and stuff, she was like, this is what I'm gonna do, da 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 da, and she had it all laid out. She was super confident about it. I think her one downfall is that she kind of seems like she's gonna be too nice for the game. Like, I know that she's a super fan and she says she can get like cutthroat when she wants to, but I don't know. I almost don't believe her when she says that. I do like her though. She's definitely one to watch and I want her to go far. Oh, it says her favorite house guest is Paul. Oh my god, I can't believe she said that. Okay, I still like her, but yeah, I can't believe her favorite house guest is Paul. What? Ovi, he's 22 and he is from Oak Ridge, Tennessee. I watched his interview. He is very cool. He's just like the sweetest like young kid. Like he has this little lisp going on too, so it makes like really adds to his charm. He's honestly adorable. I think there's something about him that reminds me of like Josh from season 19, because like he's gonna be one of the younger house guests. You know, he's very like charming and likable. I don't know, there's just something very cute and like likable about him. I'm rooting for him. I don't know how good he's gonna do in competitions. Like he said that he's gonna have a pretty good social game, which I definitely believe. I see that happening. But maybe when it comes to the physical comps, he might not be that great. I think the house guests will want to keep him because, you know, he's very innocent and like he doesn't seem like threatening. So they might just want to keep him around because, you know, he'd be a good person to probably like keep at the end and then maybe get rid of. But I could definitely see like him being very likable amongst the team or amongst the house guests. And I mean, how could you not vote for a kid like this if he was in final two, you know? So my guess is he'll make it for sure to jury. I could even see him being in the final two for sure, just depending on, I guess, how he plays. But yeah, definitely rooting for Ovi. Our next house guest is Nick, and he's 27. He's from Sewell, New Jersey. I think it's really cool that he's a therapist. That means he's got very good like emotional intelligence. Like he's got to be able to know when someone's telling the truth, if they're being honest. Him being a therapist, I feel like if he tells anyone that, they're gonna immediately see him as a threat right away. Because being a therapist, you are super smart. You know people. You could read people like the back of your hand. So he's definitely gonna be one to watch. I think even in his interviews with Jeff, he was very confident. Like he knew himself. He was secure in himself. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's gonna get like caught up in the emotional bullying or he seems like he can kind of cut off his emotions, I guess. He's also got like a really cool like reason for wanting to be on the show. Like he was talking about, you know, wanting to use the money to help out his community and like donate to neighborhoods that he can tell like that needs more like funding and stuff. So wow, I think that's very cool. Like I definitely want him to be like either top 6, top 5 for sure. And next we have Christy Murphy. She's from Staten Island, New York, so she's definitely a tough cookie. Like she was crying in her interview with Jeff. She's getting emotional at the start. She barely got asked any questions. I think she does have an emotional side too, which kind of makes her even more like interesting as a person. But I don't know, she's kind of an interesting one. She said that part of her strategy is to host appreciation circles or something. So like every day, you know, she's gonna gather the house together and, you know, talk about what they're grateful for as a group. I don't know how that's gonna work. That just brought me back to like all the dramatic house meetings that we've had over the years, and I'm just like, girl, good luck with that. I do kind of want her to make it to jury at least. He says that some of her favorite players are Dan, Jeff, Jordan, and Paul, which is like a weird mix because none of them played like each other at all. But I definitely think she's a smart girl. She's a smart cookie, and she's gonna be a lot tougher than she appears, for sure. Next up we have Cliff Hogg the third. And he's 53. He's from Houston, Texas. Right, so obviously he's a southern guy, works on an oil ring, he's got the cowboy hat. I really liked his cast interviews with Jeff. I thought he was actually very well spoken. Like, he didn't come off as like an ignorant, like, you know, southern hick or anything, or redneck. He seemed very humble, very down to earth, and, you know, very family oriented too. I actually think for an old guy, he could probably relate to the young people a lot. I'm sure they'll find him very funny and entertaining. I don't know how many kids he has, but he probably has kids in real life that are the same age as some of the cast members too, right? So yeah, I think he could be very adaptable. I don't know, there's something about him that kind of reminds me of like maybe like Donnie mixed with like Chicken George. I don't know. He seems very cool though. I actually am rooting for him. I hope he gets I hope he breaks the curse of, you know, the curse of, you know, all the old guys getting voted out in the beginning. I hope he makes it past the pre-jury. I wanted to have a seat in jury. Kemi from Brooklyn. Like, she lives in Brooklyn now, but she's originally from Maryland. She's gonna be a very strategic player, but I don't know if like she's gonna be able to hide that very well. Like, she's in her interview with Jeff, you can tell she's a very smart girl. Like, she's very well spoken, and she's got like a lot of charm. She's really funny. She can make people laugh. But I think they're gonna see her as a threat right away. I don't know, because I almost don't know if she's able to mask how strong of a player she is. It even says here, oh god, favorite house guest, Rachel Riley. Rachel Riley played like a bulldozer. We all know what kind of player Rachel is, and she is not, there's nothing subtle or smooth about that girl. So if, I don't know, if Kemi is gonna play anything like Rachel Riley, then I don't know, she's gonna make it very far. I do hope that she like at least gets to the jury house. And I don't know how strong of a competitor she's gonna be, but I definitely am rooting for her for sure. I at least want her to get to like final 6 or final 5. Oh, she says her other favorite house guest is Jessica. Oh, that's cool. Girl has good taste. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll definitely have to watch for this one. She's if she can kind of, you know, play it cool and fade into the background for the times that she needs to, then I think she'll go very far. I'm rooting for her too. Catherine Dunn, so she's 29, she's from Texas, and she's a digital marketing executive. Now, for some reason, I don't really see her going very far. She does have a good, like, she has a pretty bubbly personality. She seemed very talkative and fun, but I don't think she's gonna get past pre-jury. I think she's gonna be eliminated like week 3 maybe, just because, I don't know, like, she reminds me of, I think she's gonna be kind of like Rachel from Big Brother 20 from last season, when she was very cool in the beginning, you know, she was like laying low for the first couple of weeks, and then the minute she got nominated and she was on the block, she just lost it. She got super paranoid. She was running around to everyone, are you gonna keep me? Are you gonna keep me? Do I have the votes? And she just wasn't, like, she just lost her cool. Yeah, it doesn't say who her favorite house guest is, but I guess we'll have to see. I definitely think she'll be one of the first to go, maybe like week 3 or something. We'll see. And next up we have Jessica. She's 30-ish. I love that. I guess they didn't ask her what her real age is. And she's from Chicago. She's a plus size model. I see Big Brother US is taking casting tips from Big Brother Canada. I remember season 3 of Big Brother Canada, they casted Brittany, and she was a plus size model too, so good job. Jessica's favorite house guest is Dan. I love that answer. I don't know how more people haven't responded like that. Like, obviously Dan is one of the greatest Big Brother players of all time, and if you've watched the show, you want to play like Dan, okay? Tyler and all these other new guys cannot compare to the level of game that Dan had in both his seasons. So the fact that Jessica is saying that Dan's her favorite player, then you know she's about it. She's here to play, okay? Oh, she has a bit of sass to her. She's got a very bubbly personality. Probably not gonna be a comp beast, or she's not gonna be perceived as a comp beast. So her strategy's mostly gonna be social, I guess, and relying on her social game. I think she can have a really good social game if she lies low for the most part and doesn't get too sassy, you know? But I definitely like her, and I'd want to see her at least make it to the jury house. But I want to see more of what kind of gameplay she has. I mean, if Dan's her favorite guest, then she better be pulling out some savage moves this season. Jackson, and he's a server. He's 23 years old. I kind of like Jackson just based off of his interviews with Jeff. I think that he's gonna be a pretty savage player, and I like those people. Ones that just, you know, kind of go in hot, you know? Those players, especially when they're guys, they're fun to watch, because when the house turns on them, then you really have to see what kind of moves they can pull out of their butt. Jackson was really confident, almost overconfident in his interviews. He was like, I don't even wanna, like, you know, I don't really care if America ends up hating me. I know who I am, which is funny because it's like, well, you're going on a TV show. Obviously you're gonna want to care about what the audience thinks of you, right? He was just very like confident and like aggressive, and I think that he can kind of be like Cody from Big Brother 19. I think he's gonna be that kind of player, the one that is not afraid to get blood on his hands. I can't say whether or not he'll make it very far to the end, because I think people are gonna know based off of his personality that he's a threat. They're gonna know that right away. Jack. Ugh. Jack. He is literally like Aquaman incarnate. This guy looks just like that actor, Jason Momoa. It's like unreal, okay? Easily the best looking guy in the house. I just have to say that, whatever. He's 28 years old. He's super cute. And what's kind of nice is that he actually seems like a sweetheart. Like he was talking to Jeff in the interview about how, oh, the last time I cried was yesterday. He was like, I was crying in sequester because I was just alone with my thoughts, and you know, I was reflecting back on everything I've ever done in my life, and oh, I thought that was so adorable. Like, he looks like a meathead, but he's a softie, which is always a lot better than just a meathead, you know? Yeah, I mean, he could be like Mark from Big Brother 19, like super buff guy, but he's always like crying in the diary room. I don't know. I'm rooting for this guy. There's something about him that I just believe I can get behind him, you know? I hope he doesn't get into a showmance, because obviously I don't want any girl to have his heart but me. But I could definitely see him getting into a showmance. I'm saying it right now. Jack is he's my preseason pick. He's gonna win it. Analyse Talavera. She's 22 from Northridge, California. This girl reminds me of Jessica. I know that like she's pretty young and Jessica's a lot older than her, but like there's something that just reminds me of Jessica. Like it reminds me of Jessica, like Jessica Graff from Big Brother 19. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the brown hair and like the soft spoken voice, but I thought she was really cool in her interviews. Actually, she was like, I am a huge fan. I've been watching since I was 10. And I'm like, girl, I have a lot of faith in her. Oh, look, her favorite house guests are Dick and Danielle. That's awesome. No one's ever said, like, I haven't heard very many people say that before, so I thought that was really cool. Oh, and she plays soccer, so she's athletic. She's smart and she's athletic. She's got the brain and the brawn. That's very cool. I don't know. I for some reason I'm rooting for this girl more than I am some of the others. I really hope she makes it pretty far. She seems like she could probably get into a showmance with somebody. Like I could see her being in a showmance. Yeah, I could definitely see Analyse getting into a showmance with somebody, either Jack or Jackson. Analyse is probably my favorite girl so far. Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for her. Final two. Isabella Wang is so cool. Okay, guys, like she has such a cool story. Like, I was watching her interviews with Jeff, and she just talked about how, oh, she spent the last year losing like 50 pounds. That's amazing. She also climbed, like she said, she climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, which is like crazy, and she never even trained for it. She's very, very smart. She's worked in retail, so she has a lot of like sales experience. I think this girl is so smart. She could sell you the shirt off of your back. That's what I'm thinking. She's got like a lot of personality. She's very pretty. Definitely one of my favorites so far of the house guests. I really want her to make it past like final four for sure. Holly is she grew up on a ranch in Wyoming, she said, and she lives in Los Angeles now, and she's a wine safari guide. So it's funny, she looks like a very pretty like girly girl, but she also has a lot of experience working with exotic animals. So I don't know, I don't really know what to think of her. I don't really think there's anything special necessarily about her, but with Holly, I guess I would say she may be able to make it to jury, but most likely pre-jury, just because, I don't know, there's something about her that doesn't really seem like she's gonna stand out a lot. David Alexander. Okay, his cast photo doesn't look that great, but he is super hot. Like, he looked so hot in his interviews with Jeff. Okay, this guy is like a model. How is he a photographer? He should be in front of the camera. Okay, he's 29 years old, but he hasn't really watched the show much. I can tell he's probably one of the guys that got recruited to sign up for the show. Whatever, it's fine. He seems very humble, you know, he's very, very down to earth. I hope he has a good social game, because I don't know if he can really strategize that well, or he might be able to win competitions, but I don't really see him being a strong player. I do want him to make it far, just because I think he's very charming, and you know, it'd be nice to see somebody like him make it far in the game. If I had to guess right now, I'd say he's probably making it to pre-jury. If he makes it to jury, that'll be a huge deal. I think a lot of the girls are going to see him and just fall all over him for sure. He's probably going to be in a showmance. I'm not sure with who, but yeah. So that's all the house guests. So it doesn't look like, well, there's 16 players cast so far, so it doesn't look like we have any other spots for returning house guests. I really wanted it to be all-stars this season, but I don't know, for some, like, production I guess doesn't want to do an all-star season for whatever reason. Right now my pre-season favorites are, let's see, so Isabella, Analyse, Jack, For sure, Jack is like my favorite so far. I really hope he does well. I'm so excited to see how he plays. And my other favorite is Tommy. Tommy seems really smart. So those are my top 4 picks so far. All around though, I do think the cast is all really cool. So there's only like maybe 3 or 4 that I said not really feeling, but I'm just excited to see how they play regardless. So those are my predictions for the Big Brother 21. Let's see if I'm right. Guess that's it. So Big Brother starts in a week. You guys tell me what you think. If you think my predictions are way off, or if there's other preseason favorites that you guys like, comment and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. See ya.